Welcome back to another episode of Fleetwood Stories. My Cadillacers, and I'm talking about if it's your first time checking in, y'all got to let me know what country, what state, what province, what street corner, what penthouse in the sky you checking in from. Cause we worldwide and it's nothing but love, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Wherever you are in the world, I send you nothing but love, blessings, prayer. I hope your family's good, your health is straight, and your finance is even better. You know what I'm talking about? We going to the West Coast. Baby Lane Anderson, man. What the poll like right now? What the poll 50-50, man? The poll 50-50 say, yes, it was. Hold on, let me tell y'all what the poll say. The poll say it's 50-50. Yes, it was a setup. No, it was a random robbery. Orlando was being used, or Tupac overstepped his lane. So what we got? We got 50% says, yeah, it was set up. 50% says Tupac overstepped his lane. Hold on, let me live chat. There we go. Yo, Chico, what's up, partner? My partner player, man. Salute to you this evening, partner. You know what I'm talking about? We get into some West Coast politics, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody in Miami. You know what I'm talking about? Out there in Florida, you know what I'm talking about? Living it up in the sunshine while we out here in the goddamn cold. I get my monitor straight, y'all. Let me make sure I'm good. All right. Baby Lane Anderson. We gonna get into some conspiracies. Let's get down to the smoke.
Please, come over here.
The arrest of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis for the murder of Tupac in September of 2023 has drawn a new wave of attention to his nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, who was always the prime suspect for Tupac's murder and who Keefe himself claimed pulled the trigger on the night that Tupac was fatally shot in Las Vegas in 1996.
Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looks at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting shot. The story is Tupac's trying to either get out
in the back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen a bullet going Suge's head. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot
Who's this guy?
across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They would drove on my side. I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I gave it to Dre.
Y'all heard what Keefe D said? He said, yo, Orlando did it. So here's my thing. With that kind of fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Confession. Would that not mean that Keefe G's going to jail this year, man? I mean, the trial's going down this year, 2026. You know what I'm saying? It's going down this year. What do you say? That was a setup. Tupac was literally, what was a setup? Literally, that was what happened. He got set up and Pac fell for the bait. A lot of folks say, man, it was a setup. I don't know. I don't think Orlando just happened to be there by chance. I really don't think so. And then now, if that's the opposition, what they're hoping for is to get the reaction that they knew they was going to get, the reaction that they got from Pac, the trip out. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, hey, man, the nigga just happened to, I mean, the Tyson fight, a lot of motherfuckers was in town. A lot of motherfuckers was in town, you know what I'm talking about? What you say? Keefe D even said it, if he knew that Diddy wasn't going to pay him, he would have never gone with the plan. Yeah. According to the book that Diddy, that Keefe D wrote, Puffy allegedly, man, is a $1 million hit, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, Puffy ain't give my money.
Dre was like, no. And Lane's like, give it, popping too.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped.
I just want to let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, I didn't do it.
Orlando Anderson would meet his own violent end in a hail of bullets just a year and a half later.
Anderson in civil court. They claim there is evidence he was in the white Cadillac that night in Las Vegas, that he got out and fired the shots.
From 1995 to date, have you ever ridden in a white Cadillac?
No.
Do you know anyone who owns a white Cadillac?
No.
Anderson, an alleged Los Angeles gang member, has vigorously denied any involvement in the murder and in depositions claimed he was not at the scene. The estate...
Anderson said he didn't do it. So no, I ain't never been in no white Cadillac. That wasn't me. Would Keefe D make up some shit like this? Would he just throw... Remember, the cousin was alive when he threw him under the bus. It wasn't like you won't hear. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I don't know, man, because Anderson said I had nothing to do with it. If he was alive today, maybe he would have to stand trial, just like his uncle, Keefe D. You know what I'm saying?
Back home on the streets of Compton. This is the story of how that happened, and how the murder of Tupac may have contributed to Baby Lane's own downfall.
July 1996, Lakewood Mall. Orlando Anderson walks into a Foot Locker. So does a death row affiliate named Trevon Lane. Lane's wearing something special around his neck, a gold death row medallion, a gift from Suge Knight himself. What happens next will set two paths on a collision course toward Las Vegas. Lakewood Mall, July 1996. Inside the Foot Locker, Trevon Trey Lane is shopping with two other mob Piru Bloods. Lane works for Death Row Records, close to Suge Knight, close enough that Suge gave him something special, a custom Death Row medallion, heavy gold, diamond cut, the label's logo gleaming from his chest. In Compton, jewelry like that isn't just fashion, it's a statement, a declaration of allegiance, a target. Orlando Anderson walks in with his crew, South Side Crips. They clock the medallion immediately. Later, investigators will hear rumors, whispers about a bounty, $10,000 for anyone who could bring Puff Daddy a death row medallion, East Coast versus West Coast. Bad.
That was the conversation about the chain. This has been a legend for years, man. Yo, there was a bounty for that chain, bro. There was a bounty. And it's a legend that when man, when Orlando saw the player partner, man, they got him. Took the chain, man. Took the chain. Now here's my thing though, because we can go ahead and say conspiracies. If the chain wasn't snatched, do we end up with the situation at the MGM Grand? That's the question I got to know. If the chain wasn't snatched that night at the Lakewood Plaza or wherever it was at the mall, does the MGM Grand incident happen? Does Pac still go off swinging at Orlando? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, oh, Chico, man, we got a lot of what we say? Now, you see, I'm going to put it like this, right? It's a lot of conspiracy going on with the Pac situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, reports are always going to be the reports. But when I'm watching the situation, if the niggas that was actually there, man, it's inconsistencies in the shit that they saying, man. There's 1,000% inconsistencies of what's going on. Because the niggas that was supposed to be there, that was on site, all y'all niggas' stories should be in accordance. You know what I'm saying?
Boy versus Death Row, a war being fought in record sales and on street corners. Whether the bounty is real or not doesn't matter. What matters is what happens next. Orlando and his crew jump lane. It's quick, brutal. They snatch the medallion right off his neck and disappear into the parking lot. In gang culture, this isn't just robbery. This is taking a war trophy. This is disrespect at the highest level.
On the morning of May 29th, 1998, a little over a year.
All right. That's how we got to the situation. Orlando, them niggas jumped the motherfucker, took his chain. Suge wasn't having it. But how is it ironic that you ended up in Vegas the same time Pac and them niggas is in Vegas? Man, it sounds like a setup to me. Sounds like a setup to me.
Year and a half after the murder of Tupac, Orlando Anderson's great-grandmother, the matriarch of his and Keefe D's family, passed away at the age of 85. Just the day before, Keefe D's home had been raided by the FBI, and he and other members of his crew were arrested under the Continuing Criminal Enterprise statute, which is often used to pursue drug traffickers. So Keefe is in jail when his nephew meets his end that following day on May 29th. And that day, Keefe claims he talked to his nephew for the last time on the phone from jail, where Keefe warned him, "Be safe out there."
Suge Knight hears about it within.
So I'm reading your comment. You're saying that the police killed Anderson? Man, we're gonna get into that, man, because we getting into that. We get into that. There's a whole bunch of different speculations. You know what I'm saying? We gonna dive into that.
Hours, his boy Trey got violated, got his chain taken by some Crips from Compton. The chain Suge personally gave him. That's not just about jewelry anymore. That's personal. Tupac hears about it too. Tupac, who's been signed to death row for less than a year, but already feels like family. Tupac, who grew up around gang members, who reps blood culture in his music, who's all in with Suge's world. The word goes out, if you see the Crip who took Trey's chain, handle it. 2 months pass. Orlando keeps the medallion. Maybe wears it, maybe sells it, maybe just keeps it as proof. Evidence of a victory in a war that never ends. August turns to September. Life goes on. Orlando's working on success records. Rasheena's working her nursing shifts. Their daughters are growing. The Lakewood Mall incident becomes just another.
Man, what a nice little family Orlando had, man. 3 little daughters, man, and you didn't get caught up with some death row shit. Should have left the chain alone. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I would have saw the death row chain. I would have went the other way, because you know that nigga got some heat behind him now. With that chain comes some smoke. Hey, man, that should start a coastal, that should start a war. You know what I'm saying?
Another story in a city full of them. Then comes September 6th, 1996. Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon. WBA Heavyweight Championship. MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Suge Knight has tickets. He's bringing his whole crew. Death row artists, bodyguards, affiliates. It's a celebration. Tyson's going to demolish Seldon. After the fight, they're all heading to Club 662, Suge's new spot on the Vegas Strip. Tupac Shakur is coming too. Orlando Anderson buys tickets, books a room at the Excalibur Hotel with Rashina. He's in Vegas for the same reason everyone else is, to see Tyson knock someone out. Two groups, same city, same arena, both connected to the biggest rivalry in hip-hop history. Trevon Lane is coming to Vegas too, and he hasn't forgotten about his medallion. September 7th,
So all I know, even though Trayvon Lane was there, Baby Lane and Baby Lane was there, shit, niggas, the Lanes was there. All right, cool. It was no guarantee. Like, how would they have known leaving Vegas, leaving LA to go to Vegas, pocketing them, that Baby Lane was gonna be there, that Orlando was gonna be there? They don't know that shit. You see what I'm saying? Now, unless it was a setup, but then where's the setup coming from? You get what I'm saying? Like, where, like, unless they're saying, yo, I'm trying to understand where the setup will come from. You got your chain snatched. Them niggas want their chain back. Okay. Unless Pac is the setup and he takes the bait, and this is all about trying to get Pac out the way. You see what I'm saying? For them to get the chain, and I think, man, Lane just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Perhaps. Alleged.
1996, 8:53 p.m. The fight lasts 1 minute and 49 seconds. Tyson wins by TKO. The crowd erupts. Thousands of people flood toward the exits. In the chaos of the MGM Grand lobby, two worlds are about to collide. September 7th, 1996, 8:53 p.m. MGM Grand Hotel lobby. The Tyson fight just...
Oh, he said Orlando went through a shootout with the police. That's why they killed him by the police. Right? And didn't Orlando go killed at a gas station though? So we had a shootout with the police at the gas station. But okay, so what caused the shootout though? At the gas station? Because that's a theory that I want to hear that theory. That he had a shootout. Because I heard there's so many different theories. You see what I'm saying? Well, I know what I saw was the car at a gas station. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's what I saw. I don't know if the shooting happened at the gas station or if he ended up at the gas station. But I know I saw the car parked up at the gas station and there was a crime scene and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many different angles. And that's what we're breaking down today. The different angles. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right? We was not there. So we got to say our opinion, and all our opinions are alleged because none of us was there. And the niggas who was there can't even get their stories straight.
ended. Thousands of people moving through the casino. Slot machines ringing. Chaos, energy, money. Tupac Shakur walks through the crowd with Suge Knight and the Death Row entourage. They're heading back to get change before the party at Club 662. Tupac's wearing a black vest, baggy jeans, his signature bandana.
Oh, I missed it. Fuck, I wanted to show that part. Let it go.
He's 25 years old, on top of the world. His album, All Eyes on Me, went 5 times platinum. He just signed a 3-album deal with Death Row worth millions. Then Trevon Lane sees him. Across the lobby, standing alone near the elevators, is Orlando Anderson, Baby Lane, the Crip who took his medallion 2 months ago in Lakewood. Lane grabs Tupac, points. That's the dude. Tupac doesn't hesitate. He walks straight across the casino floor. Security cameras capture everything. Tupac approaches Orlando Anderson. 4 words. You from the South? Then he swings. The punch connects. Anderson goes down. Then it's not just Tupac anymore. It's 5 men. Kicking, stomping. Suge Knight's in there. Death Row security. Anderson tries to cover his face, protect his head. BG Knockout will later say that's what saved him from the worst of it.
Remember them bitch ass niggas that jump me in the mall? Left corner pocket right now on Pyru. You already know what time it is, nigga. Hold on, Pop. Hold up, blood. Hey, hold up. Look. Hey, wait up. Come on. Yo, hold up, though, man.
Chico, I'm gonna tell you something. Now I'm thinking about it. You know, I think the only nigga who could tell us who was gonna verify the truth was Gaddafi. Real nigga shit. I think Gaddafi was the only nigga. Yo, hold on. Let me read what you said, bro. Yo, Chico said, yo, I think he was shooting at the enemy and the police got there and they started shooting. Okay. Yeah. Yo, listen, I heard he was there. Man, it's a lot of he said, she said about why he was there and what the argument was about between him and some homie and some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the shit went south, right? I wasn't there, but the police report was that the police report says, yo, man, we gotta go out the police report, man. You know what I'm saying? That what I'm gonna do is go out the police report. If they lying, they fucking lying, who cares? Who cares? But I'm gonna go out the police. This is what it said. This is what it said, man. This is what the police said. Now, sometimes the police do lie. They do lie. I'm not gonna lie. They do lie. You know what I'm saying? But I think the one nigga that would have verified this shit would have been Gaddafi. And you're goddamn right. Like, yo, listen, bro. The biggest shit, they turned us in circles with all the fucked up information they tried to give niggas, bro. And then the niggas that was there, again, they talking in circles, man. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at like, yo, bro, like, how is it we can't get a straight answer from the people that was actually there? You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta go to, you know what I'm saying? So let's go back to Baby Lane, because we're gonna get to the incident the day when he was unalived. So there,
Well, the incident at the MGM when Orlando got jumped. What I didn't realize is that he actually got so hurt that he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So was his shoulder fucked up or something like that?
Yeah, shoulder was fucked up. They kicked the
Orlando
shoulder.
looked like he was chilling after that beat down. He looked like I'm not gonna lie. Either that beat, sometimes I feel like yo, man, all this shit was staged. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, there's a channel called Tupac Hoax. I gotta check this shit out. I'm gonna give y'all all the game. But the Tupac Hoax channel, man, it'll make you think. I'm not gonna lie, it will make you think. Because this brother breaks it down. Now, if Orlando was really hurt like that, man, after that shit, he was standing there calm like a motherfucker. And then y'all still went to the strip and made shit happen. So I don't know at what point he went to the hospital.
So was it like dislocated? Or?
Dislocated, yeah.
Oh, okay. So his shoulder got dislocated.
Yeah.
And he went to the hospital in Vegas.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They put it back into the socket?
They put a sling on his arm.
Okay. I heard that shit.
You see how he lying? You see how he lying? You see how he lying? You see right there? You see how he lying? You see right there how he lying? Hold on.
It's painful as hell having your shoulder.
He said, a nigga had a dislocated shoulder. They had to pop the shit back at the hospital. Then they had a little sling. So the night when he's in the Cadillac, he has a sling. I don't know, man. I don't believe that.
Dislocated and pop back.
They kicked it out. Yeah, they kicked it out. Yeah, they fucked him up.
Oh, they kicked his shoulder out of the socket.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
They fucked him up. Yeah, they kind of fucked him up. That was a kid, man. That was wrong.
How old was he at the time?
He was like 19, man.
Oh, he was a teenager at the time.
Yeah, kid, man.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought he was a little bit older.
He was 19 to 20. 19 to 20. He probably just turned 20.
Right.
He was a fucking kid, dude.
Like 6-7 people jumped on him?
Yeah, he couldn't even buy liquor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Suge was doing the kicking.
Yeah,
well.
him and Buntry.
Yeah.
Buntry, yeah.
You know, and Tupac, of course.
Yeah. I ran track against Buntry when he ran for Whaley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you guys knew each other? You guys knew each other?
Yeah, he ran track for Whaley. He ran the third relay leg, and I ran the third relay leg. We used to be so far ahead, I used to get the baton. See you later, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Whaley was kind of slow. We always had the fastest track team with Roosevelt Junior High did. I ran against, yeah. Then the next year I ran the 330 against him.
All right. Oh, what it said? DJ Vlad is a known known to set up a a lot of rappers. I don't like DJ Vlad, he's a snake. Now, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate on the flip side to that, because a lot of motherfuckers don't like DJ Vlad. But I say to myself this: you come on the platform, he asks the questions. If you the answers. Like if a nigga asks me certain shit, and nigga, yo, bro, don't ask me that. We're not. I shut it down where I need to shut it down. So if niggas want to talk, is it the nigga asking the questions or is the nigga answering the questions? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers don't like Vlad. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of motherfuckers do not like Vlad. But now I'm looking at like, yo, but nigga, y'all niggas is the one answering the questions. But not like y'all in the witness stand. But Vlad, they say Vlad is a vulture culture. A culture vulture, there you go, a culture vulture. And that's what they call Vlad, a culture vulture.
Around 3 o'clock that afternoon, Anderson and his close friend Michael Lil Al Duro are at the well-known Compton burger stand called Mom's Burgers, sitting in a Chevy Blazer that may have belonged to Anderson's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. And across the street was Rob's Car Wash, which was reportedly a popular hangout for gang members. That car wash has since been torn down and is the site of the new Compton High School. And Mom's Burgers across the street has...
Okay, it was a car wash she was at. I thought it was a goddamn gas station, man. It was a goddamn car wash. Okay.
Has also been torn down. Owl and Baby Lane grew up together as kids, their families knew each other, and they were very close friends. On this day, Anderson was allegedly upset over getting burned on a drug deal. And you'll find that as this story unfolds, there are multiple versions of events, because what exactly happened is kind of murky and changes depending on who's telling the story. One version of events cited just an unpaid debt. Another version claimed that he had discovered after leaving the scene of a deal that the product he had purchased was...
Salute to you this evening, Lady T. Salute to you. You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate you tuning in this evening. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody in Ontario. You know what I'm talking about? What we set up. That's true. It's up to the person to answer or not. He's doing his job as a journalist by asking the questions. If you don't want to answer the questions, don't answer it. I've always looked at it like that. Like, if I ask you, did you kill 20 people and you're stupid enough to answer on camera, the FBI deserves to come get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Like, why did you answer the question? Why would you answer anything that's going to incriminate you in the eyes of the law? Now we could say, well, Vlad, why'd you ask the question? Vlad's trying to make his money, goddammit.
light, but was told by the sellers that he knew the rules and that once he left with the goods, the deal was done. And in yet another version, which is the one that I choose to believe, Anderson and/or his friend DeAndre Smith tried to sell a half kilo of cocaine to someone named Daniel, and the guy took off with it without paying, owing them $3,500. He may have also started going around town telling people that he'd ripped them off. And Daniel had supposedly been told that since then, the debt had doubled to $7,000. While sitting across the street from the car wash with Duro, Baby Lane allegedly spotted Daniel at the car wash. But unfortunately for everyone involved, he was accompanied by the fearsome uncle and nephew duo of Michael and Jerry Stone, both alleged corner pocket Compton Crips. And OG Michael Stone is also known as Big Stone because he supposedly stood at 6'8" and weighed 300 pounds.
Orlando Anderson was in the lobby of the MGM. Trayvon Lane.
100% though. Vlad is a culture vulture. We cannot argue. And Vlad is a culture vulture now. We can't argue.
Sees him and tells everybody in the crew, hey, that's the guy that jumped me. You know, from what I understand, he didn't go to Tupac and whisper in his ear. He told all the big homies that there's someone in the area that's potentially a danger.
And this where I say BS. If he went to the homies would have went after that cat and dealt with him. Not after Tupac go get him, but the homies would have dealt with that. And Suge should have allowed the homies and let the homies deal with that situation, not Tupac. This ain't your business. But Tupac goes over there and take off. He threw the first blow.
Yeah.
Then after that, everybody else is on him.
Okay, and Buntree was part of that crew?
Yeah, everybody
Buntree,
was
I think,
there.
Neckbone, a bunch of dudes.
I mean, I ain't gonna give you a roll call, but I mean,
it's all on camera. I mean, it's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's all on camera.
I'm not.
So if you know the faces,
Yeah.
you see everybody that's there.
109 seconds. That's how long the beating lasts before MGM security breaks it up. Anderson's left on the floor with a dislocated shoulder. Tupac and his crew disappear into the casino crowd. Security asks Anderson if he wants to press charges. He says no, this isn't something you handle with police reports. This is handled in the streets. 11:15 p.m., 3 hours later, Tupac...
Does that sound like somebody that needs to go to the hospital? Yo, I saw what Keefy D saying. I don't believe it. But I do believe, though, that Puffy ordered $1 million hit, and Keefy D pissed off because he never got his money. I'm not going to lie. Hey, man said I never got my money, Puffy. I'm pissed off. But if that happens, and they could prove that, I don't know how they're going to prove it. I don't know how they're going to get the paper trail. Man, Puffy's going to be fucked up when he gonna come out to go back in. If he even comes out. You know what I'm saying? What if they put Puffy on the stand? Well, Puffy's in jail, but he can get up there.
and Suge are in Suge's black BMW 750 sedan.
All right. Y'all see that picture right there? I want y'all to look closely at that picture right there, okay? Tupac host channel made me look at this picture very differently. That nigga's supposed to be at the traffic light, it's a red light. The photographer who took the picture said they was at the traffic light. It's in 1996. Why ain't there no car keys in the goddamn drive? Look at the car keys. This wasn't a touch drive. It wasn't a touch button at the time. Why ain't no car keys in that motherfucker? Man, if you ever get a chance, go check out the Tupac's host channel. And I'm telling y'all, it's gonna make you think. I don't want to go into it because it's too deep into conspiracy. Hey man, y'all gotta go check it out. But I'm gonna let y'all think about that for a second.
Custom rims, leading a convoy of cars toward Club 662. Tupac's in the passenger seat, no seatbelt, window down. He's talking to girls in a green Sebring convertible at a red light. Flamingo Road and Koval Lane. Laughing, music playing, Vegas lights everywhere. Then a white Cadillac pulls up on the passenger side. Tupac doesn't notice it, neither does Suge. They're too busy talking to the girls in the Sebring. In the Cadillac's back seat sits Orlando Anderson. His uncle Keefe D is in the front passenger seat. According to Keefe's later confession, he tries to pass a Glock 40 to the back seat. DeAndre Smith, sitting behind the driver, refuses to take it, so Orlando takes it. 13 shots fired. 4 hit Tupac. He's critically wounded. Suge gets grazed in the head. The Cadillac speeds off into the Vegas night.
Yo, Chico, we got a comment in the comment section. It said in the chat, Puffy is set to be released by the ending of 2026. By reports just came out saying that he'll probably be out sooner than October or September of 2026. Could you imagine, man? The biggest charges didn't stick. So even for them to hold him for 4 years with the charges that they're trying to stick him with, come on. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going to do a couple of them courses, them programs in jail, and you know what I'm saying? And they gotta let the nigga out. Man, I heard that nigga making money, renting out his private jet and shit while he's in prison. Man, Puffy gonna come out and be all right. I think Puffy might come out and be more relevant than when he went in. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I think that nigga, he might capitalize on this shit. And I'm a Puffy fan. I'm not gonna let it be known. I ain't a big Puffy fan. But, you know what I'm saying? The charges they try to stick that nigga with, man, they should have hit him with some other charges. You know what I'm saying?
Night, Suge makes a U-turn, drives toward the hospital. Tupac's critically injured in the passenger seat. They make it to University Medical Center. Surgeons perform emergency surgery. Critical condition. He fights for 6 days. September 13th, 1996, 4:03 a.m., Tupac Amaru Shakur dies from respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest, 25 years old. The world stops.
And in Compton, it seemed everyone knew Orlando Anderson as the guy who shot Tupac. Even though DeAndre Smith had also tried taking credit for the famous murder, since Smith had allegedly been in the back seat with Anderson when the murder was committed, it was Orlando who had achieved legendary status in Compton over the famous murder. And in addition to the bad drug deal, I also wonder if the death that morning of Anderson's beloved great-grandmother may have also played a factor in what Lando did next. But Owl Duro also had a fearsome reputation in Compton. Here's Keefe's friend Terrence Brown talking about him with detectives.
So now, Michael, Owl, if you think
Hey, so lady, yeah. Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this mic.
Owl ducking out, you ain't heard that. I mean, because if you say,
oh, you said, if that's true, it tells me money can buy you freedom. You got money? Diddy kind of money? Man, I'm even surprised that he's still in the box. I'm not gonna lie. I thought when he was found not guilty of the main charges, the rest of the shit was gonna be goddamn a piece of goddamn cake. You know, I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park. Like that nigga would have been out partying the same night.
people will try to kill him, people will be ducking from him. Well, I know he's a killer. So he can go and go. A killer can go where he want to go.
And in Keefe's book, he refers to Duro throughout simply as the Reaper. In another version of this story, Anderson first spotted the stones when he was alone and then went and got Duro as backup. Regardless, Anderson and Duro pulled into the car wash and confronted the stones and, assumedly, Daniel. Words were exchanged, guns were drawn. And of course, there are different versions of what happened next. In one version, Baby Lane and Owl tell the Stones that their beef is with Daniel, not with them. And in another version, Orlando Anderson convinced the Stones to lower their weapons or put them away, and then started shooting, still sitting behind the wheel of his Blazer, not realizing one of the Stones still had his gun at the ready. Whether or not that's how it went down, at the trial that followed in 1999, it was reportedly proven that Anderson fired the first shots, and then the Stones returned fire. All four people involved were
Hold on.
reportedly hit. The only
Orlando shot first. Nigga went out like an OG. But it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I always thought that when I was coming up, that Orlando's hit was related to Pac's hit. And I don't know, man. I think, man, maybe a deal went wrong. I really think probably a deal went wrong. Some shit went on. But he said, man, hey, man, when in court or whatever, man, it was shown that, yo, the nigga shot the first round, man. Then the nigga returned fire. But there's so many speculations on what went down, how it went down, who went down with. Another piece of history, the hip-hop history, you know what I'm talking about?
person left unscathed was, ironically, Daniel, the person the two South Side Crips had the issue with.
Everybody that was there got a lick in, which...
Including Shook.
I mean, this guy got up. Yeah, this guy got up, wasn't busted up. I mean, I know he was hurting because, I mean, they was kicking the shit out of him. And now, that's like kicking a dog. This little dude is with the business in his neighborhood.
Right. I mean, Orlando was being investigated for multiple murders at the time, and he was known to be a real gangster from Southside.
He was a little young hitter.
Yeah.
He was with it, and I think those guys should have did their homework before they let Tupac go over there and mess with him.
Well, I interviewed Reggie, and he said.
I didn't see him until about 2 or 3 hours after that incident happened. He was concerned about Pop. This out of concern. To say that he was upset with me or anything like that, those conversations didn't come until later.
Suge knew it was consequences from the beginning.
Yeah.
Suge knew it was consequences when they put the $10,000 on the chain. You know, a lot of people sitting here and if it wasn't for Suge, none of this would ever happen. None of this.
I don't know, man. If it wasn't see, the big homie saying if it wasn't for Suge, Mob James. All right? I don't know, because Keefy D saying, yo, nigga, Puffy ordered the hit. So I'm starting to think like, yo, man, maybe the robbery was random. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the robbery was random. The shit just went south. Pop just went woof. I don't know, because yo, bro, listen, man. If Puffy paid them niggas $1 million and they execute the play like that, man, that's perfection. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas on the south side, them Compton Crips, bro, man, they know how to set up plays.
This would be. South Side would be in their neighborhood and Mob would be in their neighborhood. All this other bullshit is stems from Suge.
Mortally wounded during the shooting, Orlando Anderson allegedly dropped his gun, but then Duro picked it up and also fired rounds at the Stones before Anderson and Duro sped away, with Anderson still behind the wheel. Keefe has claimed that Owl told him later that everybody at the car wash was shooting at them. Owl and Baby Lane's getaway didn't make it far. Anderson was seriously wounded and only made it a few blocks before coming to a stop in the bullet-riddled Blazer. The front tire was flat, and Anderson had been hit in the chest, and he told Owl that he couldn't feel his legs. Owl allegedly handed their gun to a nearby teenager and told them to get rid of it, or he ditched it himself.
Now we gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna leave the little ending for when I chop it up. What I am gonna say, man, I wish Baby Lane was around today to tell the story, man. What really happened that day? And I'm looking forward to the Keefy D trial. Because I got to know, man, did Puffy really set the hit? I probably feel like, nah, nigga, Keefy just wanted to put that shit on somebody. But then again, yo, nah, the nigga kind of had receipts. Him and Puffy was parlaying, so they was like that though. You know what I mean? And them niggas was around, bro. like them niggas was around. So Puffy can't act like he don't know who the fuck Keefy D is. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of Puffy, we got a comment and said, yo, it was just said and reports are coming out saying that there's another female that's accusing Diddy of sexual assault. Just came out about 3 days ago, and Diddy's got more shit to deal with. Diddy's got so much shit to deal with. And if that one come out and another one come, listen, bro, it's a domino effect, man. It's a domino effect. They gonna keep coming out. And then when Puffy comes out of jail, he might have to answer. He might have to answer to what's gonna happen at the Keefy D trial. You know what I'm saying? The two major trials this year, man. What's his name going to trial too, man? What's the nigga name? Julio, man. That niggas, there's some trials gonna pop off that's going to change hip hop this year. I'm telling y'all, and we gonna be up to date for all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit. What you say? P. Diddy's the godfather to Diddy, Keefy D's first daughter. Man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they gotta connect. There's a connect. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a connect. I know I seen them for sure parlaying. And the South Side was doing work for sure. The South Side was doing work for Bad Boy, and Puffy can't deny that. You get what I'm saying? Puffy can't deny that though. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that brings us to the end of the segment today. Fleetwood Stories, Sunday nights, 9 p.m., man. I appreciate y'all that tuned in. I appreciate y'all that popped in the poll and finished off 40% on the Richter scale. It was a setup. No, Tupac was overstepped his lane. I know it was just a random robbery. But 40%, man. Lady T, what he said before we get up out of here? What he said, it seems like Diddy has assets in his mom's name because he didn't want to lose He's a smart ass nigga. That nigga knew from the get-go, I ain't doing that shit. Just in case some shit go wrong. This shit my mama name. No, but you know what? That's smarter than the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's smarter than the motherfucker. You gotta be smart. You gotta be smart because anytime motherfucker could make up shit and anything can happen. You know what I'm talking about? But that we gonna be back at it Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Roll call back to the reaction, the hip hop news. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop news, man. You know, we gonna stick down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of shit that's going on this weekend. So yeah, when we get back to Wednesday, it's gonna be some shit. All right? You know what I'm talking about? Salute to everybody that popped in this evening. Chief Code, salute to you. Y'all Low Soul Nation. Y'all go ahead and follow my partner player. Lady T, salute to you for tuning in this evening. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate you. And shout out to everybody in Ontario. You know what I'm saying? The good folks in Canada. You know what I'm talking about? And as always, play on, player. Play on.